Yeah, I am back. I know last night y'all just saw my face, but guess what? I'm excited to be back and I'm just hanging out. Things have changed for the day. The plans have changed. I mean, it's very, very cold outside, but it's a beautiful day. But little big girl farmer is ill. So I didn't get to do what I wanted to do today. So I was like, man, I got some time. Let me jump back on here and see how everybody is doing. Hello, Garden Realtor. What's going on? How is your day? Yeah, so I just wanted to jump back on and talk about some stuff. Um, so last night we had a great time. Thank you to everybody that hung out with us last night. Dropped in for a little bit, whatever it was. There were a lot of new people in the house, so I'm hoping to see them come back. I hope that wasn't just their only live stream that they're going to attend. So thank you so much. I feel a lot better. I'm about 80% good. I still got this. I had a tooth pulled 2 days before Thanksgiving. I know, horrible, right? And I was trying my best. It just all of a sudden, just boom, this pain hit. I was like, what in the world? And it was actually a tooth that had a filling in it. And so apparently the filling was eroding. The filling came out a week before I actually got the pain. The pain was never there. And then boom, it just hit like a ton of bricks, honey. Hello, Miss Angela. Hey, yes, it is chilly in Maryland as well. Yes, I'm so glad that you are here. Yes, some brand new people popped in last night, didn't they? Like, it was like 5 or 6 different new channels. And that was fun. That was fun. It was great to have them. I hope they come back though. I hope they come back. And but I just wanted to hop on here and just chat for a little bit. I'm at home today with little big girl farmer. She's ill, but she's sleeping. So I thought I'd hop back on here and see how things are going with you all. Yeah, and just talk about some stuff. There have been a lot of conversation about people are just reflecting. Hello, Suzette, how are you? Reflecting on the gardening season, things that have went well, things that have not went so well. And I was actually tagged, and I think I did this before, but I can't remember. But I was tagged by Cedarholic Gardens, I think is what her channel is called. And let me look it up. And she wanted me to talk about why or some things that I learned from the gardening season. I'm pretty sure I already did that. Somebody else might have tagged me. I don't know. But in cahoots with that, I wanted to talk about things that um just did not go well. And maybe as a team we can come together and come up with some solutions. And there have been people gardening longer than me, way longer than me. And there are brand new people, that just started 2 days ago or 2 months ago or a few months ago. And so I was thinking we can just come together and talk about things that, oh my gosh, if we could avoid, we would, but typically we can't. And what we do to kind of solve the issues, solutions. So not just harping about what we hate about in the garden or things that don't go well, but coming up with some solutions together to make that work. And Ali Oakley, hello, welcome. You are new as well. I think we've chatted a little bit before, but thank you for coming. And I hope you to come back and join us. Melanie, the moderator, is in the house. Good afternoon. How are you doing? And so, yeah, thank you for saying hello to Set, and everybody say hello to Ali. We are so excited that you all came out. So, I wanted to kind of throw some things around and ask you, especially for new gardeners and seasoned gardeners have problems too. But if we can all work together to kind of come up with some solutions on how to deal with some of this stuff, that would be great. I got a pen and I actually got, hold on just a second. I got some note cards, and what I want to do is write down or make a list. Like I have my list, but things that y'all say, and then maybe I can condense that somehow and put it in the description. Things that you all hate in the garden, like if you, as soon the first thing that comes to your mind, what can I not stand in the garden? Or maybe there's a situation or issue in the garden every year it comes around, and you can't do nothing about it, or it feels like you can't. What are those things? And then maybe we can all help you come up with a solution on how to get that together. So people, this is moving. Let me see. Yes, maybe food forest permaculture. Howie sent me. Not sure. Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, Howie's great. I really like Howie. He's been talking a lot. Food forest permaculture has been talking a lot about hugelkultur lately, layering and mounding. Not necessarily. It's all composting, but when we hear the term composting, we're automatically thinking, well, we have this stage of the soil, this stage of the soil, this stage of the soil. We have to do a lot of turning the soil to aerate it, and hot composting, cold compost, and all that kind of thing. But basically the concept is make your own soil. So he's really promoting that right now, and I agree. I mean, I think everybody in the chat has pretty much figured out that you can make your own soil and make it for cheap. It takes some time, but it can happen. Gathering leaves, twigs, wood, food scraps, all kinds of stuff you can use to compost everything. I would recommend everything except meat products, dairy products, because you don't want to draw too many rodents to your pals or whatever. But everybody does it differently. I trench compost and I layer, and I also compost in place. And I'm going to do a lot of that in the spring, starting in the spring. So I can't wait to show you all that as well. And so, okay, so people have started putting in the chat some things that they absolutely, the first thing that came to mind, I absolutely cannot stand. And gardening, a realtor pretty much said animals. And yes, animals can be anything. Oh, yeah, I titled the live stream anything but that. The first thing that comes to mind, gardening solutions. Okay, good. So animals, yes, pests. Animals is one thing. So animals, I'm gonna write these down because we're flying through the chat here. Pests, raccoons and squirrels. Okay. And Howie is my close friend. He's an awesome, honest person. Yes, he is. He is pretty honest. I can tell he's a good guy, and he has a lot of great information. A lot of great information. I like to engage in his channel. He's very, and he's pretty consistent here as well. So he'll probably pop in before I get off. Um, Angela says squirrels are busy all the time, but they did not bother my tomatoes and peppers too much. And they typically do, at least the tomatoes, because the tomatoes have such high water content, and when it gets hot, that's really what they want. The birds as well. That's why they peck on our fruits and berries and things like that. They want the water, is what people keep saying. It's not necessarily they want to eat the tomato itself. They want that water because they're thirsty too. I had no problem or had no luck with cabbage and leafy greens once the white cabbage moth started. Oh, yeah. That cabbage moth. I'm glad you said that. So the cabbage moth, and then Miss Angela says I'm going to work on composting as well, a lot more. Yes, I mean we all should do it more. Even if you're doing a lot, you probably should be doing a lot more. Um, Rodents. Okay, so mice, rats, possums, and insects. Yes, and I bought the bird cloth but did not need it too much this year. Okay. Are you talking about the netting, the bird netting, or are you talking about like the row cover, um, Miss Angela? So that is actually a solution to some of the pest issues. I know Miss Angela also has these like cute little, I'm not sure what they are, but they're like little mesh covers that you said. Okay, yes, the netting. Okay, great. The mesh covers that you were talking about in one of your videos. And was it you? I think it was you that had the little covers that you bought on maybe online or something is usually used for picnics? Yeah, yeah, they are picnic hoops. Okay, great. Yeah. And I saw another channel using those, and she found them on Amazon, like a pack for like a 7 pack or 8 pack for $15. They're pretty inexpensive, and she loved them. She put them on her brassicas and her lettuces, things like that, broccolis. And so she was very amazed about how those were doing, and the squirrels stayed away from her food too. You got yours on Amazon as well. Okay, great. But yeah, I mean, pests. We always talk about pests in the garden, and that's one thing that will just never go away. I don't know how you can have a pest-free environment, especially if you're gardening out in the open. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But yes, even in what because I'd asked Cheryl from Cheryl's Organic Food Forest one time. I said, Miss Cheryl, you have this beautiful greenhouse, and she has a nice big one. And are there still pest issues in the greenhouse? Because apparently she keeps the door closed. You know what I'm saying? And but then she opens it to vent sometimes. She has like side windows to help with venting, but sometimes she has to open that door. And so I was like, duh, if the door is ever open for any period of time, that gives an opportunity for the pest to come in. Also, pests live in the ground. So, I'm sure they can find their way if they wanted to through to the greenhouse as well. So I don't know if you can be 100% pest free, and even in the house. I mean, I think it's less likely to have pest issues in the house, but if you're bringing in soil from outside, if you are even store bought soil sometimes has fungus gnat eggs in it. You know those gnats you're just always swatting, and you're just like, oh my gosh! And then one flies and hits you in the face or in your mouth or up your nose. Yeah, those are fungus gnats, and so sometimes you can even bring those in from just store bought soil. And so, one of the things that I do when I do decide to use soil from anywhere is I try to sanitize. And all I do is I boil water on the stove, let it get boiling hot, pour it on top of the soil, mix it up real good, cover it. So you want to make sure you have like microsafe safe containers or whatever you're trying to use. Don't use like really thin plastics or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have that boiling hot water. So, but that's one thing that you could do to keep the pest pressure down in the house as far as the fungus gnats. And some people bake their soil. Some people do microwave it, like literally put it in the oven and bake it. They microwave it. All the same concept. Apply heat, really, really hot climate, so it can kill those eggs. And so you're less likely to have that fungus gnat issue in the house. Mold in the house is another thing. I'm just like, oh, anything but mold, please. I hate it. And that's like simple. I mean, if you have pretty warm environment in your house, like everybody's house right now is at least 70 degrees, you are watering plants in your house, and then you overwater, you don't have a consistent watering schedule or whatever, you have the opportunity to grow mold. And so that's another thing, especially when Miss Angela is from Angela's Garden Sense is growing a lot of microgreens right now. And I don't know if she's experienced it, but yes, mold is a huge issue when doing that. Sometimes we just overwater. And I see you, ants. Okay, Mr. Said, I see you. And so yeah, that's another thing. Let's see. Somebody had mentioned raccoons and squirrels. Squirrels are everywhere, and around here they are just like this is my town, right? They don't care where they are, what property they own, who. They just don't care who's around. I have posted a video a few days ago around Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Day about these squirrels eating this pumpkin on my front porch. I mean, they devoured the pumpkin, and like there's almost nothing left. And I'm gonna do a video so I can show you. I left it there because it's feeding them, and I mean, I was probably gonna compost it anyway, so that's fine. They can eat it. But man, oh man, they ran through that pumpkin. I mean, ate it all up. But that's another thing. Squirrels digging up my onions this year. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, please don't dig up my stuff. I spent a lot of time planting, and then to go out there and see them dug up, it just hurts your feelings, right? And one of the things I did try to do with that was put garden netting. I think Miss Angela mentioned she's using that as well. Hello, Dan, Permaculture Food Forest. Hello, Dan. Welcome. And Green Organic Love is in the house. Hey, what's going on? We're just talking about things that we are. Joshua G. Hello from Dallas, Texas. Welcome. I'm so excited to see you all here. We've gotten a lot of new people in the chat the past couple of days, and I'm excited about that. I hope you stick around and come back and join us. We have a good time here, but we're just talking about some things. The title of the live streams, anything but that. Oh my gosh, anything but that in the garden. Like, what is that one thing that comes to your mind automatically when you hear that phrase? Anything but that, in the garden. And then what are some solutions? So I'm hoping that we can work together to come up with some ways to kind of combat these issues in the garden. So as we're planning for next year, we can kind of help each other figure that out, and maybe we'll come up with some game plans here. Yeah, it's been a minute, Organic Love. I'm glad you're here too. And let's see. I'm backing up just a bit. Yeah, everybody say hello, Joshua. What's going on? Cocoa Core prevents mold. Miss Angela says it contains no nutrients, no mold. Okay, great. So there's nothing for it to grow, for it to live on. There's nothing to feed it. And I think I believe you, because not that I wouldn't, but I'm just saying this winter, y'all know I'm trying to master the concept of cuttings, growing, propagating more, growing plants from plants that I have in the house, specifically my citrus trees. So I've taken cuttings from those, and I did use peat moss, and I have cocoa coir as well. And even with the peat moss, I'm kind of seeing no mold. I don't see any mold. Now I also use a little bit of not a little bit. I'm kind of generous with it. Cinnamon. I'll sprinkle that across the top, and that is supposed to. Cinnamon is supposed to be an antifungal, natural, organic, whatever you want to call it, but it's supposed to help with mold. And I haven't had any issues with the mold. So I sprinkle that on top just in case I kind of overwater and get that going. And all you got to do really is scrape the mold off. I mean, you don't have to toss the whole pot or toss the whole crop. Now, if the mold grows up on that's your call. If it grows up on the food, but if it's just in the soil, just scrape it off. Just scrape it off, and then I add some cinnamon to kind of help with that. But I mean, so far so good. So far so good. Um, let's see. Everybody saying what's up, Joshua. Everybody say hey to Dan. Yeah, people are saying hey to Dan. Green Organic Gloves, say what's up to her. And then let's see. I'm scrolling on down. Oh, Suzette, you said you use cinnamon too, right? And then Green Organic said death in the garden. So we'll talk about that too. Good. Are you overwintering your garden now? I'm not overwintering the whole garden. Everything I didn't want, I didn't want overwinter. I pulled it out. And so I have a fall winter garden out there right now, and that consists of peas. I'm not growing, there's no peas on there, but I have peas planted, beets, carrots, pak choy, a couple varieties of lettuces, spinach, and I think that's about. Oh, I have some collards and some onions out there. So that's about it for right now. And I'm just kind of, just seeing what it would do. This is my first time really growing into the winter. So last year we had a longer fall season. This year we didn't have much of a fall at all. So this is my first time actually growing into that winter season. The temps have been very, very low, below freezing almost every night this week. And so, just kind of feel it out, see what it is. But I have cold hardy vegetables out there. I was just worried, are they strong enough? Are the seedlings? I'm also growing Romanesco broccoli. And yeah, so Joshua says, I hate when the seeds start growing and then die. Yes, I usually water them too much. I'll try to neglect them a little bit. Well, that's one way to do it. That's a solution. to the problem. Yeah, yeah, it just hurts your heart when these little seedlings die. And I really have a problem getting rid of stuff. I don't want to get rid of, if I have grown plants, for instance, the slips. I probably grew like 70, 75 slips, sweet potato slips last winter. Around February is when I start, and I plan to do that again this year. But I had so many left over. I planted as many as I could. I gave away some. I sold some even, and I was trying to give them away, and I had quite a bit left, and I let them sit, and they looked couple water outside until I could, I was like, until they just flat out died. I really don't like to get rid of plants like that. But anywho, but I get you. I totally understand that. Melanie says, "What's up, Josh?" Yes, it hurts you to your core. It really does. And then yeah, not really understanding why it's doing it, so you can maybe plan or figure out, do some research on why your plants are dying. Yeah, that's really hard. From Zero to Homestead is in the house. Howdy, what's going on? Thank you for joining us. We're just the title of the live is anything but that. Oh my God, I just wish, and we're trying to think of the first thing that comes to our mind when we hear that in relation to gardening. So anything but that. You things that you may not hope that don't happen in your garden or do, and you haven't really figured out a solution yet. But we're hoping to come together and work on some solutions, okay? So we can do better next year, or have a plan as we're garden planning for the next season. Um, Somebody else mentioned raccoons. Okay, so I've never had raccoons in my garden before, so but I do know, it's just, especially when you're composting, have your composting covered, or if you're doing a hugelculture or whatever you're doing, you can do this stuff. Maybe have it fenced in. But especially if you're composting, put it in a container. I use a trash can. I have a trash can that I compost in. I was using two tires, car tires, that I composted in last winter. I used a 4x4 garden bed that I composted in last winter. And now I have just like some fencing with some poles like stakes, and I'm layering. So yes, I put food scraps in there, and I haven't had problems with raccoons, but I did have mice for the first time. Come on, come on. I did have mice for the first time. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. Did you have a good nap? Oh, let me see. Let me see my stinker butt. Wait a minute. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. She had a nap. Oh, look at that smile. She's a little under the weather today, but you look better. You look like you got some rest. Yeah? Yeah, you can have it. Go, would you go get your iPad and go use the potty?
I just
Okay.
did.
You did. Good girl. I'm so proud of
And
you.
my pee was cold.
Ooh, yes. Ah. She said her pee pee was clear because we're working on drinking more water. So that's good.
Mm. Mm.
I love you.
Can I wash my iPad?
Hmm. Can you what?
I said, can I wash my iPad?
Yes, you can watch your iPad. Yes, you can. Love you.
I love you too.
Oh, you sweet thing. Okay, thank you so much. Sorry for that. Hey, Food Forest Permaculture, there he is. Welcome. Um, so I forgot where I was, but anywho, I'm just rambling. Oh no, we were talking about raccoons and squirrels, but specifically raccoons, rodents, rats, mice, things like that. Tell me, what do y'all do? You all have bigger homesteads than me, and so if you are composting in big, in a big way or whatever, you may have more of an issue than me. But this year was the first time I've ever seen mice in my garden, and I haven't seen them since. I had like two or three running around there, little bitty things, but I have not seen any more. I killed one, and that was an accident. I was actually digging out a garden bed in my backyard, and I guess I hit him with the hoe, and and so he was like that when I discovered him. So tell me, what do y'all do to kind of help combat with that? Miss Angela's Garden Sense is here. Welcome. What do y'all do to help combat with raccoons, mice, rats in your garden? That would be so great to see. Oh, oh, thank you so much. She is absolutely incredible. I love, and I'm not saying that just because she's my daughter, but she is quite a gal, and it just stinks when they're sick like that, and you can't really do much but wait it out. Everybody's been going through something in this house, um, trying to get better, and but she looks a lot better. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Angela. Everybody say what's up to Miss Angela. Whoop whoop. Hey, Miss Angela. And Miss, wait a minute. I've been saying Miss Angela's Garden since the whole. Now y'all be confusing me. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Because I know I have two Miss Angelas, but Miss Angela, are you still here, Miss Angela Walton? Are you? Wait. I'm confused. I'm so confused. This is Miss Angela Walt. Are you? No. Okay, y'all confused me here. Tell me who you are. Identify yourself. What is your? Okay, got it. I was like, wait a minute. I'm getting so confused. Um, let's see. Let me back it up here. Um, cayenne pepper helps. Cayenne pepper helps with what we're talking about. Mice? Is that what you're saying, Miss Angela? Success says she doesn't have any animal problems. Well, that's good. That is so great. Yeah, the animals, I've heard chili pepper powder deters a mouse. Okay, mice, rabbits, I've heard that too. Not necessarily chili pepper, but any pepper, any hot pepper. I even watched I tried that. I tried because remember, um, earlier in the season, I planted some tomatoes out, not in my backyard, but out by the shed. I have an arch trellis over there, and I planted two tomato plants. So what I did when they were real young is I had some stones, some rocks, and I coated them in Vaseline, and I put some red pepper flakes, just like coated. I mean, I had gloves on and everything, but I coated the rocks in the red pepper flakes, and that was supposed to deter pests from the plants. And I never had a problem with my plants being eaten or broken or whatever. So I don't know if it was that, but I did hear red pepper flakes, cayenne pepper. Miss Angela is saying, Joshua is saying chili pepper powder. So any hot chili pepper or any hot pepper, you can definitely do ground it up, mix it up in some stuff, garlic. I've heard that as well, and spray or whatever you want to do, sprinkle spray. And that helps too with pests. Yes, it does. I have heard that, and it did. I guess it helped with me in the earlier in the season. Um, okay, got it. Miss Angel's Garden says thank you. So now everybody know what I'm talking about. And if y'all want, I mean, all you got to do is wave your little mouse, your little icon, your mouse over the picture on anybody's channel here. To the right of that, you'll get three little dots. Okay, if you click on those three little dots to the right, you will be able to hit go to channel. And so if you want to check out anybody in the live stream, you can do that in the chat rather. You can do that, okay? Let's see. Cayenne pepper helps with all mammals in the garden, okay? I used to have a rabbit problem and pepper helped. Right. Green Organic Love says I haven't seen any mice, but we got big, huge gray cats. Okay, I have one big fat, I mean fat black cat. Somebody's feeding that cat. I don't see much missing from my garden, but he does mosey around my neck of the woods over here, and I guess I'm glad that he's around because of the mice issue. And then I've never, but I don't think he's ever. I've watched him come to in the driveway and go to the fence, but he's never tried to go under or jump over the fence or anything. So I just think he's looking for other things, which is fine by me. It's fine by me. Uh, Let's see. They used to chomp on my peppers. The rabbits used to chomp on your peppers. Yeah, they chomp anything. They like now. Y'all know I had I was on the attack with rabbits and birds and all kinds of things. If y'all have not seen that video, go check it out. But honey, yeah, in uh, early in the season, I was under attack. Now cats. There is a cat that thinks my raised bed is a cool litter box. Oh no. Pepper helps that too. Okay, well there you go. Joshua G says, "What do y'all do for a hard freeze? Do y'all cover y'all's cold hardy veggies?" Well, Joshua, I if y'all can comment in the chat, that would be great. Let us know what y'all do to prepare for a hard freeze. So even if you have cold hardy veggies, so Joshua, I've done a few things. I do not have a greenhouse. I do not have a hoop house. I do not have a low tunnel. I do not have any of those things. So everything is out in the open. But what I did do was 1 second, and it only cost me $1. Hold on. Oop, that's not it. Bam. Can y'all see that? Well, it's probably backwards. Trash bags. Trash bags. I went to the Dollar Tree and got 10 for $1. And I have most of my things in containers, 5-gallon buckets, smart pots, and the buckets, especially in the pots, threw some trash bags over top of those pots. I've also cut trash bags before and used it as and just laid them flat out, cut them open and then lay them flat out, stake them down. I've done that. This year is the first time that I've ever used burlap. And I bought the burlap to overwinter some fig trees. I have 3 fig trees. And but I also laid burlap on my cinder block, across my cinder block raised bed. Now that was supposed to be to help protect against a frost. But every time we get a hard freeze or frost, I just put that over there. Well, I was, and it was fine. Now I have never covered, and they're fine. But that's because I think I've given it because they were so small. The ceilings were so small. I was scared they were going to get frost damage and just die. And so that's why I provided some type of protection. But it seemed to work. It seemed to work a little. And we'll see when the snow comes. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but I mean, we've had one snow, and everything looks fine still. But that seems to help. So and these are non-scented trash bags, just from the Dollar Tree. One box, you get 10 in there, 13-gallon trash bags, and that's what I put over top of my plants, and it just creates a greenhouse effect. I've also used plastic wrap, and that can get expensive, but I literally put some in a 5-gallon bucket, put some stakes in there, wrap the plastic wrap around all the way up, left the top open so it could vent. And that helped. I mean, I did that last winter. So that seemed to work as well. So there's all kinds of things you can do for cheap. You don't have to, if you don't have a greenhouse or what have you. Let me get back in here and see what y'all saying. The cat will keep the mice out. Yep. Is this stuff called small animal? They are Carolina area is supposed to be different animal urine. Oh, the door. Okay, yes, I've seen that. I'm not sure what you were trying to say before, but I'm trying to make sense of it. I've seen videos where people are talking about using urine. You can even use your own urine. I don't know if you would want to, try to catch it, but but yes, that seems to deter raccoons. I've heard that. Yeah, you're right, Suzette. I've never tried that in my garden, but yes, I've definitely heard that. I love that video with that bird. Too funny. I mean, oh my God. And I'm so glad I caught it because I know y'all thought I was lying. I'm so glad I caught that. Yeah, it was funny. Um, I want to learn more about low tunnels. Me too. I do. I really, really do. I want one. I just want something. I want a greenhouse really bad, but I'm trying to figure out where would I put it. For me, Joshua G says I lost most of my cold hardy veggies except my kale, which is a little stunted. And that's what I'm waiting on to see, Joshua. I'm waiting on to see are my plants going to be stunted now, uh, because they've experienced a few freezes. But again, cold hardy vegetable and cold hardy vegetables will live, but again, the question is, are they going to be stunted? Number two, and are they strong enough to take the frost number one? And are they strong enough to take the frost number two? And that's why I was so worried. I gotten it's so hard to plan for the fall and winter because you're dealing with trying to plant and start cool weather crops in the summer, right? And so things are still kind of warm, and it's tricky trying to get the seeds to germinate and get your crop. So I had started a month before. The end of August, early September is when I had started to plant my fall garden, or get it started outside. I did not do anything inside, and maybe that's what I should have done to get ready for the fall. But everything eventually died. We went through 2 or 3 heat waves before the heat was done, and before we entered into the fall. So that it's tricky. It's tricky, Joshua. Anybody else have any solutions to that? Helping your cold hardy veggies get through the winter time. Now the kale, any type of kale, it seems like it's just a rock star. It doesn't matter if it's hot, it doesn't matter if it's extra freezing cold. Kale seems to rock it out. I mean, rock it out throughout the season, all year round. So, if anything else, you'll have that kale probably. But tell us more, everyone, if you don't mind sharing uh, anything that you would do to help combat hard freezes in your garden and making sure your plants survive. Okay. Oh, petals on the paving slab. Hi. Well, hello. My goodness. Welcome. So okay, Petals is already providing a comment here. Our kale is also a rock star. Doesn't seem to matter what the weather is doing. It's always there going strong. Yes, yes. And dinosaur kale really did that for me last year. I planted it in the spring, grew it all winter. I mean, all summer, all spring, all summer, into the fall. Now it's about to go into the winter, and it's still hanging on out there. Yeah. Everybody say hello to Petals. Thank you, Miss Angela. And so, Joshua, I hope that helps a little bit. But you can come up with all kinds of little ideas. And really what you're trying to do is great. So I don't know if you're planting in the ground. Are you planting in the ground in raised beds? I think you might have said that. You're planting in raised beds, maybe. I can't remember. But all those are great ideas. Kale is truly tough for sure. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we're talking the title of the live stream is anything but that. The first thing that comes to mind when you're thinking about your garden. And a lot of people have mentioned pest issues. So we talked about raccoons, squirrels, rodents, mice, and rats and possums and things. How to help protect against those things in the garden. So Petals, if you have any comments on that, anything that's worked for you, or anything that you're just like, oh my gosh, anything but that in the garden right now. What is that first thing that comes to mind when you think about that? That would be great to mention that in the chat. Um, let's see. Okay, you're in raised beds. Okay, okay. All right. Yeah, so plastic and they are clear as clear can be, and then I have to go outside and uncover them. I do try to do that. If there's a day that passes and I don't uncover them, it's fine. But I do try to uncover them and then cover them back up at night. So it's a little intense, work intensive or labor intensive. But yeah, I mean, if you can do that. But the burlap seem to help a lot. So on the package, it says on the burlap, it says that You shouldn't leave the plants covered too long with the burlap, which is interesting because that's what I use. I mean, to overwinter my figs, and I've seen a lot of people use burlap to kind of help with that. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you what I've done and some of the things that work for me. But try it and see. Um, let's see. We also talked about, or somebody had mentioned pests like the cabbage moth, okay? And some of the things that we've talked about, Miss Angela's Garden Sense has tried are the little, it's like picnic. Yes, hi, baby. Yes. Hmm?
I said I want another piece.
You do? Well, I don't have any more right now. I don't have any more right now. I'll get you some more in a minute, okay? I love you. I love my cookie. So I don't really know. Our Miss Angela was using those picnic covers, and then the cabbage mouth though drove me nuts. Every time I did a video this summer, the cabbage mouth was there, debuting. Okay, like it was his show. And but yes, they can. The cabbage moth can definitely just be annoying in the garden. Any ideas about how to deal with the cabbage moth? Does anybody have any ideas? Petal says really spiky, twiggy wood chippings with gnarly thorns on them. Lay them around crops, plants where I don't. Your throat hurts. Your throat is twisted around. I don't understand what that means. Do you need a drink of water? Um, sorry, you all. I lay them around crops, plants where I don't want neighborhood cats to go to the toilet, but it stops me from walking around barefoot. Yes, please don't walk around and get that stuff caught in your toes. That would be horrible. Does that help? Want some more? But you know what? Speaking of um, speaking of wood chips and spiky things or whatever, I did not have a whole lot of problems with snails this year, and I guess
I
that
know those green things that are spiky. Cactuses.
cactuses are spiky.
And when you run through one, it gets you like
Mm-hmm.
in the pink.
I know it, and it'd be very painful, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We don't want to run in cacti. We just don't want to do that. But I didn't have. I had my whole garden was wood chipped this season, and I did not have a whole lot of issues with snails. So I would encourage that. Crumbling eggshells, save your eggshells and crumble those suckers around, the base of your plant. That will help with the snail issue as well. They don't like it. They just do not like it. Um, let's see. I'm sorry, I lost my spot here. Picnic table hoops works well for my greens and containers. Thank you for saying that again. The picnic table hoops, and you can find those on Amazon. Apparently, is where Miss Angela got those, and they come in like seven, 6 or 7 to a pack or something like that. The ones I saw were like $15, and there was one for 11 something, and not very expensive. Joshua, so the next program, the next problem in the garden is grass. If I could read, my grass keeps coming up back in the paths, which are covered with cardboard and wood chips. What else should I do, Joshua? Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I had that same problem. In particular, the weed called Creeping Charlie. Creeping Charlie is a weed, and that sucker came up everywhere. Even it's like he even loved the wood chips. Like he would just, and it's a vining weed. I mean, so if you pull one, you're gonna pull out a vine. As you're pulling it up, it's like, oh my god. And he loved it. And it didn't matter what I did, I could not keep him out of my garden. Creeping Charlie. But yes, any suggestions on how to keep the garden grass or the grass down and the weeds down in the garden around the pathways? People say cardboard and wood chips. The layer has to be real thick, and I had about 6 inches of wood chips, and it wasn't enough. I just feel like it was in some spots, but not in others. I'm not sure why. I've tried to use landscaping fabric or weed barrier. I don't really like that stuff. It's not biodegradable. Um, and and I don't know. I didn't really like it, but I did try that. It worked in some spots, but not others. Um, let's see. People kept telling me, Tisha, just spray vinegar, water and vinegar, and that will keep the weeds down. And it's a daily task to pull weeds. Yeah, that's one of the things I did not do. I did not master this year, and I do not like pulling weeds. I hate weeding. I mean, I think everybody does, but there's no, I personally need some help with that as well. So if anybody has any solutions on how to keep the woods down or the weeds down and the grass down in the garden, that would be great. I've seen a lot of people using netting to really help. Netting to help with birds, squirrels. I didn't need that, so no snails at all. You didn't have any very many problems with snails?
Different kind of birds. Hawks.
Hawks?
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Those are big birds.
the baby ones can't eat big stuff yet.
The baby ones can't eat big stuff yet?
No. Until they get to big boys.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna get a mice.
The hawk? You're right. The hawk can get mice
And eat.
and eat them. Mm-hmm. You're right.
And
We just need to buy a hawk. We just need to keep a hawk around, right?
we just don't need to buy one. We already got hawks.
We already have some?
Mm-hmm.
We do close by. Are they close by?
Maybe they're asleep.
Maybe they're asleep. Okay.
Maybe the mom and me, the daddy,
Mm-hmm.
the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I just
Um. Yeah. Yes, petals, wood chips equals no snails. Yeah. I mean, it seemed to be working. It seemed because they don't like to crawl across a lot of stuff that is spiky. They don't like that. The eggshells, now that really worked for me. I mean, really. I just crushed them up with my fingers, and they don't like walking across that stuff. No, they do not. Or sliding, whatever they do, across that. And for the white cabbage moth, I've heard co with white fleas or a tight mesh. Cover. That's what you meant. Cover with white fleece, maybe, or a tight mesh. Yes. I think that is true. And I don't have garden covers and all that stuff, but I was thinking about purchasing one. Yeah, I was, because I'm just so tired of that the cabbage moth tore up the kale. I mean, tore it up. I mean, ate it down to it was bones, a skeleton. That's what it was. Um, ate all the leaves off the plant. I mean, completely gone. Ain't that something? And let's see, 6 in a pack for about $10 for those table hoops. There you go, Miss Angela. Yeah. I probably didn't use enough cardboard, and it's probably true. I mean, I think when people that have the most success really really have layers and layers of that stuff, or they have one layer of cardboard and then like 7-8 inches of wood chip. I don't know, but it just seems like, yeah. I mean, I was Earlier in the fall, last fall, winter time, that's when I got my first ever wood chip drop. And so I put it on pretty thick. And there were some areas in the backyard that I did not, like around the AC unit and stuff, and the weeds and the grass kept growing back. So I expected that, but yeah, where I put it on real thick, I did not expect to see weeds or grass, and there was, and that bothered me a lot. So I totally understand Joshua, sorry. Um let's see. And I've done that, but nothing works for using the vinegar. Okay. Well, yeah, the cabbage moth. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So said Lady Wisdom. Hey, I'm so sorry. I'm just getting to you. Everybody say what's up to Lady Wisdom. Hey. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Talking about my daughter. Thank you so much. Yeah, she is. She's a little under the weather today, so I'm at home. I didn't get to do errands and stuff, and so I'm here with her, which is it's okay. But I thought I'd hop on while she was asleep, and she kind of woke up a little bit early, and I thought she would. Um, let's see. Yeah, everybody saying what's up to Lady Wisdom. Steffi P. Hey, what's up? Who you waving at? What's going on, Steffi P? She said I used Toll from the fabric store for my Alicia Gray. Yes. Um, it's like, the stuff that you can use to wrap get or not wrap get. Well, I guess you could, like, party favorite. You know what I'm talking about. Do y'all know what Toll is? Anyway, I know you can buy rolls of that. And yes, somebody told me about that too. You're right. I need to write that down to pick up a roll of that. Because that actually, I think that might be cheaper than buying the roll covers. Because I'm all for buying, cheaper. And if it works, it works. So why, instead of buying this other stuff. Great, y'all. This is really good. Thank you all for participating and engaging in this. And somebody had talked about, death in the garden. So what do you do? What are some solutions? How can you prevent death in the garden? Plants dying. And it's really, really hard when you can't figure out why. That's the most frustrating thing. And I just don't know if you can. Not 100%, rather. I just think everything needs water, but it doesn't need to be watered to death. And I'm still, what is it, baby? I'm still trying to get a hang of that watering thing. What is it? I slobbered on you. I spit on you while I was talking. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Let me see. No. Are you okay? No. Let me see. Okay. So you want to go finish watching iPad? Okay, mommy didn't mean to. Here, take your blankie. Okay. Well, she's gone. Okay. Apparently I spit on her. Right in her eye, so she didn't like that very much. I didn't mean to. But okay, so you said 99 cents a yard? Are you kidding? Let me see. I'm thinking I could probably do that. Yeah. 8. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. That's a great idea. Yep. Are you back? I'm sorry. Mm. Okay. Um. Yeah. Let me see this list here, and I think a lot of the stuff that I wrote down, y'all had already mentioned. Oh, another thing. Every time it rains, I get so mad at myself because it's great for the garden. I'm excited about that. I actually did a video or a live stream on rainwater. Why farmers can't wait till it storms. and specifically lightens the lightning and everything. And of course they love it because like we love it, right? It's free water, and our gardens get watered and they perk up real nicely. And that's because rainwater has a lot of nitrogen in it. And so anyway, check that live stream out if you haven't already, where I talk about, I think it's called like a paint something across the sky. I don't know what I named it, but it's a picture of a lightning bolt. So check that video out. But um, every time it rains, I just kick myself in the gut, the foot, whatever, um, because I don't have a rainwater storage system yet. And I'm just like, oh God, all the rain that I could be collecting right now, and I'm not collecting it. So it really makes me sad every single time when I see the rain coming down and I have nothing to catch the rainwater in. So so yeah. Um and hold on, the hubby was texting. And so yeah, I just kick myself every single time that happens. Steffi said, or Joshua says, there will be plants that die. I've come to terms with that. Yes. Yes. I expect at least one plant or two to die. I just start more. That's right. Just start more. You have seeds. Just start more. It's okay. What I grow is in the house. Hello. What's going on? What I grow? What time is it over there? What time is it? Tell us where you are, what I grow, and then tell us what time it is, because you a little bit you in a different time zone. Melanie, the moderator, says, hey, what's up? Everybody say hey to what I grow. And Angela's garden says, get one of those large size grow pots at Walmart. Good to catch rainwater. With two of them, you will have something to dip into for rainwater for your containers. A grow pot. Hmm. Well, I have some 3 gallon buckets. I have some 5 gallon buckets, but it's nothing. I want the system. I want it hooked up to my gutters. I'm ready to catch it for real, and catch as much of it as possible. Because I think one time when I watered my garden, I counted that I filled up. Yeah, I needed about 20 gallons of water to water that day, and I was like, dang, if I had had caught the rainwater, I wouldn't have to. And I was using all, tap water, city water, hose water, whatever you want to call it. And that gets expensive too over time. So that's one of my projects, to figure out how to go ahead and set up this rainwater system. Okay, what I grow is in the Netherlands, and it's 10 o'clock in the evening there. Oh my gosh. Well, it's 4 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time. And okay, look, little big girl, you're gonna have to go back in your room and watch your iPad. Okay, mommy's almost done. Okay, if you having a hard time being still, you're gonna have to go back in your room. Okay. Mm. Um. So yeah, hold on, y'all. They real clingy when they don't feel good. I be like that too. Sometimes I just want my mama when I don't feel good. I'm just like, where my mama at? I just need a hug. Um. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Um. You said they only cost $6.95. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to look into it, Miss Angela. Thank you though for the tip. Thank you so much. You have one on your deck. Okay. $3 in Dallas. Well, that's a score. Hmm. Okay. I will consider that. I will. I sure will. Um. The other thing I always say, oh my gosh, anything but that in my garden is losing labels. I'm forever losing a label. I don't know what to. I've seen people use tags, like literally dog tags. I have seen all kinds of stuff. It don't matter what I do. And now I haven't tried the dog tags, but it just seems like I'm forever losing a label. label and I don't know what I'm growing. Hey, Stephanie, welcome. That is okay. We're just talking. We are just talking away, Stephanie. Nice to meet you. Have I met you before? Stephanie, I'm not sure if I've met you before, but welcome. I'm so excited to see all these new people. Joshua's in the house. Stephanie's in the house. And last night we had a real good time. And uh, we had a lot of new people, and I just hope y'all come back. I hope y'all come back and stick around. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Miss Angela. Joshua was saying it's 3 o'clock in Dallas. Okay. Yeah, 3 o'clock, not $3. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Everybody say what's up to Stephanie. Say hey, Stephanie. Um, she says hey. And let's see. I lost my garden tags all the time. Sharpie permanent markers will still yes, they do. Sharpie permanent markers wash off. So people are like, instead of using those, here's a solution. Use paint pens. And those work better. Or those tags, those metal tags where you can engrave or write on the tags or whatever. I don't know. But using paint pens instead. Now I've never purchased paint pens, so I'm not sure how much they cost. But that's something. But I can never find the actual tag. So I'm just forever losing them tags. Um, let's see.
Mommy,
Joshua says
last night my towel was my daddy pulled it.
he did.
I mean my
Mm-hmm.
pants.
Mm-hmm. Joshua says try to use oil crayon on your markers. Okay. Yeah, that is a good idea. Ooh, what a grow. That's cute. That's a cute idea. Using stones instead of labels. Yeah, that would be cute to paint some stones. So if you always know that you're gonna grow spinach or lettuce or any of that stuff, yeah, you can just make a stone and then reuse the stones every year. I like that idea too. A lot. We should do that. What is it? Um, let's see.
My mom got her tooth pulled out.
Yes, they know I got my tooth pulled. She's a superhero. Let's say yes, and stones won't fly away. You are so right. You are so right. Oh goodness. Um, yes, so I just weep. I almost weep when I can't find a label. I'm just like, what the heck did I grow? That's why some of the seeds that I have for sale and are marked yellow tomatoes because I don't know which yellow tomato it was. And that makes me mad. But I have tons of seeds. If y'all are interested in seeds, I have a list of them that I listed in the description on the live I did yesterday. So you can go back, fast forward through that live, and maybe I should do that too. I'll update the description on where I started that in the live, but there in the description there's a list of seeds. So if anybody's interested, please email me at barefootgardening@gmail.com. The email is in the description of the video I did last night. Um, and yeah, that is true. Yeah. Let me see what else I have on my list. I think I'm about done. And then I forgot to mention last night in the live, my thumbnail is a picture of a beautiful girl with some crochet on. She has, she's all ready for winter. And in the background, you can see a Christmas tree. Well, I took that picture. That picture belongs to me. And I love taking photographs. That's another thing that I love doing. And I'm getting better at. And so that looks like a professional picture, but I took that picture on my phone and I was so blown away at how good it was. But she's beautiful. That's actually my cousin. And she was dabbing into some modeling or whatever. But I was like, can you model this for me just one Christmas? We was all sitting together and people were buying, I crochet and people buy stuff and everybody's looking at my stash. But she was like, "Ooh, can I wear this? And can I wear?" I said, "Yes, you can." And then I asked her if she would model for me, and she modeled for me. So that was a picture of her modeling some of my crochet. And Butterflies Home and Garden is in the house. Hey, what's going on? Everybody say, "Hey, what's up, butterflies?" Yes, the stone label is a great idea. Yes, 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 especially for your fur buddies. Yes, it is. Uh-huh. And but anyway, if you go check out that live from last night, go check it out. The thumbnail, there's a beautiful black princess on there. She's a beautiful black queen. And she is gorgeous. That's my cousin Janaya, and she was modeling some of my crochet. A few live streams ago, I showed you some stuff that I was doing, but we talked about gardeners that do other things. All of us is very skilled. I think we all have skill sets outside of the garden. So we spent some time in that live stream sharing some stuff that we do. So I showed some of my paintings, some of my crochet, and then obviously we all garden. So go check that out as well, yeah. Go check it out. And Joshua says, "All right, guys, I have to go back to work. Thanks for all the great ideas." Thank you. And come back, Joshua. It was good seeing you and meeting you. Starting small with Kelsey L. um, well, hello. Yes, you did catch my live. Now I'm about to wrap it up. So I'm so sorry for that. But please go back and watch. Please go back and watch. This whole live stream was about some things that people experience every year in their gardens. And we're just trying to help each other come up with solutions on how to deal with those things. So please, please, Kelsey, go back and watch the live. But thank you so much for coming in. And I think you're new as well. So welcome. And please like, share, subscribe this to the channel. But like and share the video. I really appreciate that, you all. If you do that for me, that would be amazing. And thank you, Miss Kelsey, for going back and watching that video. And yes, Miss Melanie, thank you so much for saying that. But I've had a ball today. Thank y'all so much for engaging. And oh, wait a minute, I thought I was done. Wait, so I said last thing, I think. Um, two more things. Nope, three more things. Three more things and I'm done. I promise. Three more things and I'm done. So 5 more minutes. Um, one of the things I listed that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Not this thing in the garden is turning over a pot. Oh Lord, has anybody ever planted freshly planted seeds and then your big old clumsy self back up over the pot and knock it over? Or knock it over with your hand. I've done that 1,000. Now, there's nothing you can do to correct clumsiness, okay, or stupidness. I am so clumsy. So I know there's no solution to that except get it out of the way, put it in its place after I get done with it. But I have not. This year, I felt like I was the clumsiest in the garden. I just kept knocking over stuff. And so I don't know what that's about. And then the other thing I was talking about was some people typically, for whatever reason, have to go buy plant starts. Have to go buy plant starts. So you're going to the store and you're buying your garden vegetables, and then you're bringing them back to your garden and putting them in the soil or in your raised bed or in your pots or in your buckets or whatever you're using to garden. And some people are getting frustrated about that. They're just like, man, I'm so done. It's so expensive to buy starts at the store. And so I have a solution: winter sowing. And last night on the live stream, I had about 5 or 6 people that said, Letitia, I am down. When you get ready to winter sow, I am going to winter sow with you. So I would love, 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 love for you all to join me. Everybody that's here in the chat on winter sowing. Steffi P says, I'm super clumsy as well. Me too. Starting small with Kelsey says, I saved a whole plant of lettuce seeds and my BF picked up the paper towel because he didn't know they were in there. They were all on the keyboard. Oh my goodness. You saved most of them though. That's good. I've done that before too. I put seeds on the counter. My husband's like, what's that? Or he'll move them out the way and they'll all go flying. Yeah, yeah. And he know I get mad. I got so mad at him one time because I had like probably 40 or 50 tomato seeds, and they were all over the place. But things like that happen. I get it. But yes, so if you are interested in learning how to start your own plant starts outside, so you may not have grow lights in your home. You may not have be able to grow or have a south facing windowsill or a sunny windowsill that you can put plants in your home. Maybe you don't have the space in your home. Maybe you don't want to deal with pests in your home, like the stupid, annoying fungus gnats. Winter sowing is a great solution. I did it for the first time last winter, and I will do it every year. Okay, I will do it every year. I started every last one of my garden plants or my starts in plastic gallon jugs, plastic, the ones that you can see through. It has to be clear. Okay, you can see through it, not the white opaque ones or eggshell colored ones or whatever. Okay, you have to be able to see straight through it. It creates a greenhouse effect, and I set those suckers outside in the snow, and I still had seeds to germinate and grow, and they were ready for my spring planting and summer planting. And so I would love to share what that looks like. So if you're interested in learning how to start your own plants without doing all that stuff indoors or buying grow lights, I have got you. Just start to save. Not these are too little, but start to save your like a water jug, milk jugs, juice jugs, anything like that. Say even if it's two or one, it doesn't matter how many you do. Maybe you just want to test it out. I went for it. I had about 20-25 containers outside, and I was very pleased. The only one I did not have a huge success with were my peppers, and I think I know why. And so I'm gonna explain all that when I get to it. I did not make this up. Winter sowing is an old concept. It's very established. People do it everywhere, all over the world. But I caught wind of it last year, and I was like, I must try. I must try. So I'm excited to share that with you all. It sounds like Diva Jones is in the house. I hear you, Diva. No, I saw somebody mention your name. Thank you for saying what's up to Diva Jones. Everybody needs to go check her channel out. Now I will always. She's not an expert, but at the same time, this girl knows a lot about a lot. Okay, and so Diva, we were just talking about solutions. Oh my gosh, this stuff happens in the garden all the time. I don't know what's going on, or this happens to me every year. What are some solutions? How can I combat these issues? So we've talked about a lot of stuff. I've already been on here an hour and 12 minutes, you all. And so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm trying to wrap it up. And so we've talked about everything from having no grow lights, being able to start your own plants for the season without grow lights or growing indoors because of pest issues or whatever it is, not having the space to grow indoors. We've talked about possums and squirrels and birds and pests like the cabbage moth, how to prevent snails. We've talked about not being able to catch rainwater. That was one of my things. Every time I see it rain, I'm just like, oh my gosh, anything but the rain right now. Not because I don't want the garden water. It's because I don't have a rainwater catchment system to catch all that rainwater. And we've talked about all pests, really, the digging ones, the eating ones, the sucking ones, everything that we possibly think of. Losing labels. So some solutions to that. Protecting our brassicas and things from the cabbage moth, ultimately the worms. We've talked a little bit about everything. So please check out the live stream. Once we wrap it up here, go back and watch it. I would appreciate that so much. And anybody else have anything that they want to talk about real quick? Anything on your heart right now? You at the movies, Diva? Oh gosh. Oh, that must be fun during the day. Okay, and get that matinee, like that discount on the movie ticket. Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, small Kelsey. I saved my whole plan of legacy. Oh, I read that. Okay. And that Steffi's clumsy like me. um, And then I'm a little bit behind in the chat, you all. Hold on just a second. I'm down with the winter sowing and shall grow with you for sure. Yes, Miss Angela. Yes, I'm so excited. Let's see. Everybody saying what's up to Diva. And started small with Kelsey says I'm growing tomatoes in the window right now. Cool. See how big they get. Yes, I'm so excited. I am so excited. Try it and see if it works for you. You can't mess up trying. Okay, you can't do that. Um, let's see. Everybody saying what's it to Diva? Starting small with Kelsey says have a great day. Yeah, I was trying to get up off of here. And Diva, I'm gonna ignore that comment. Um, 2 liters are perfect, Stephanie. Yes, 2 liter containers. I grew in the green ones, the like a Sprite or 7 Up. I did do that, and it was good. It was good. It all works. It all works. Um, Queen and Slim. I haven't heard that. Half Price Tuesday. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I will try if I can remember everything that I talked about. To put links. I'm not in the description of the videos that I mentioned in here. I'll try to get to that. But please go back and check out the live from last night, definitely, if you're interested in seeds. And then, like I have a deal, get 7 varieties of any whatever's on that list for $5. And then email me if you're interested. Don't comment in the section because I'm not going to go back through the comments and search for people, but email me. Just send me a quick email, and then I can get those to you. Blessings, Butterflies Home and Garden. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. This was so much fun. Thank you all. I didn't expect quite a large crowd engaging, and it's been really fun. So I will probably go live again either tonight or tomorrow. If I don't do that, it will be Thursday. But I got a lot to talk about, a lot that's on my mind. And so I want to kind of get it out before I get busy again, because I'm going to get busy again in about another few days. And so I just want to get a lot of this stuff out. But take care. Thank you all so much for joining me. And hey, and thank you all to all the new people that popped in today. Really appreciate that. Please stick around. So share, like these videos, subscribe, support the channel. I would love that. We'd love to have a good time here. So everybody, please, stick around and let's get to learn together and help each other as we continue and go into another growing season. It'll be here before we know it. So I'm just trying to get us prepared, trying to get myself prepared. Okay. And so, yes. Okay. Yeah, we might just do that. I'm on a roll right now. So we may do another live. But thank you to everybody that came in. Have a great evening and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Yeah.